So David, we've known each other for some time through our involvement in the Canadian Armed Forces with the Rocky Mountain Rangers, but for those who haven't met you, what brings you here to Kamloops?
Yeah, so thanks for having me, Steve. So it's really the pandemic that actually brought me to Kamloops. I work as an environmental health officer, or now also known as a health inspector. And Kamloops had a job opening for this very same position I'm in. And I wanted to come down to Kamloops because Vancouver is also where my parents are at. So this brings me a little bit closer to home.
And Kamloops is wonderful.
Yes, I'm looking forward to making it my new home.
Now, we've spent some time talking about this spiritual biography project, and thanks for being here. And we're wondering, how has God been at work in your life?
Yeah, so I am a first generation Chinese Canadian. So I was born in China and I immigrated to Canada with my parents. So Christianity wasn't something that was a part of our family.
Okay.
With a lot of new immigrant families, the change of environment often introduces a lot of challenges for families. So my parents didn't exactly get along very well.
Okay.
So they went through a very bitter divorce, and it was very devastating. So.
And you're the sole child, hey?
I am an only child.
Yeah.
As you know, in China, there was the one-child policy.
Sure.
And that impacted, a lot of my peers as well. So because of that, I was very angry, resentful, very bitter, and my mother can testify to that stage of my life.
Okay.
But I have to say, my mom has been really instrumental in my faith as well.
Okay.
It was her that encouraged me to go to church and seek some ways to find a purpose in life and not be so angry all the time.
She was concerned about you, and she saw this as a way for you to move ahead in your life.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because of that, because of the divorce, I became estranged from my father for almost a decade.
Oh wow, yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah, life carried on. I moved to northern BC to work, and I never really thought too much about it until one day it struck me that I might find out about my dad in an obituary in a newspaper, and I really don't want that to happen.
Yeah, it's a scary thought, hey?
It's not something I want to tell my children, when I have a family of my own. So I said a prayer, and I asked God, it seems very impossible for me to somehow reconcile with my dad. I don't know where to begin. And that was it. And God began working. I remember I was in Prince George attending a church service, and I saw my aunt. So my dad's sister, she was part of this Chinese short-term mission team, and they were doing outreach to all the remote Chinese communities in the north. And when I saw her, we both hugged. And
so you didn't expect her to be there. You didn't know she was coming.
It was beyond my expectation.
Yeah. Okay.
We had no idea, and we almost couldn't recognize each other because we haven't seen our family for so long.
Yeah.
So that was the catalyst, and she got me and my dad writing letters. Believe it or not, in this day.
So baby steps.
Yep, we took that one step at a time, and after a few years, we reconnected, and now I have a good relationship with my dad. So God really answered my prayer.
Wow, that's a neat story. I mean, a prayer of, help me God, I don't know what to do, and how God came through for you in that situation.
Yeah, God is amazing, and I continue to look forward to what He has in store for me.
Now, David, I know that that as you mentioned, you're a Chinese Canadian and you grew up in China. You speak Cantonese and Mandarin, and you've got friends from these different ethnic linguistic groups. And I know you've connected with some Chinese Christians in town as well, too. So I was just wondering if you wanted to say a word to them.
Of course. 大家好，我很高兴可以在 Kamloops 有机会可以跟这里的朋友还有弟兄姐妹一起可以見面，我很高興。同埋我都可以講廣東話，咁我希望可以同呢度嘅朋友弟兄姊妹有機會認識。願神祝福你哋。
David, thanks for being here and sharing some of your story with us.
Thank you for having me.